Right, so today we've got a choice of viewing. We're actually going to do a big circle up into the hills, up yonder, round, see some Iron Age hill forts, some graves, then come down and come back along the canal, or back along the river Leven. Yeah. But we can actually do either or. We can go up. We can start off by going up the hills, or we can start off by. You okay? You want to do the house first, John? House first. Davey, house first. Right. Okay. House first it is. Right. So we'll just set off from Balloch. I'll keep up on our usual running commentary. So just leaving Balloch. We're not going to Helensburgh. We are following the road to Helensburgh, but we are going up. Hi. What used to be, was known as the Coffin Road, because in the old days before Balloch was a holiday resort, the nearest church was in Helensburgh, or the nearest church was over this hill, so they'd actually carry coffins up to make sure the departed got a decent send-off. To our left we have Tullyhewn campsite, which is where people with static trailers. It's a bit late in the year to be holidaying in one of them, but the campsite seems quite busy. Just the three of us on this walk. Once autumn and the season of mists. Looks like somebody's stables. Sounds like somebody's kennels. Down to the right. Sorry, yeah, right. So, as you expect, a very busy road. See the symbol, which is the road we're taking. The middle one's just a generic Scotland's Great Trails, long distance walking paths in Scotland. The one on the right is the John Muir Way, which is a kind of stitched together grab bag of walks, which if you follow them, it actually incorporates new walks and existing walks, such as the Forth and Clyde Canal and the West Highland Way. But it fundamentally means you can cross the border, I think it was border at Berwick, and walk to Fort William. The one on the left is the Three Lochs Way, which basically means Loch Lomond, Loch Long, I can't remember the other one. We ain't doing that today. It's actually heading towards Helensburgh. We're going to get halfway to Helensburgh and then we're going to turn left and then walk along the ridge, which on the land which separates the Firth of Clyde and Loch Lomond, and hopefully we'll get some good views, and there's some archaeology up there as well. So, steep climb. John and Davey don't tend to hang about. But over on the left you can see Loch Lomond starting to reveal itself through the mist. Farmhouse, a shooting school and dog field. Interesting. Okay, that's us just leaving the upper Stony Molan Road, or the portion of it, which is forested. And we're breaking out now more onto the moors. As you can see above us, it's mainly trees on the right hand side. On the left hand side you've got the start of a series of moors and the path gets a bit more stony. As I say, this is an old road, kind of ancient road, which runs from Loch Lomond over the hills, over the moors, and drops down to the Firth of Clyde. Actually goes to Helensburgh now, but Helensburgh didn't really exist until the 19th century. Helensburgh, I think, was created artificially as a kind of resort and suburb of Glasgow for people who didn't really need to get into their work early in the mornings. That was the owners, and they would, before the train came, they would actually take steam ferries from Helensburgh about half an hour upstream, drop them in the centre of Glasgow. So one of the first kind of suburbs of wealth in Glasgow was Helensburgh. Now we're not going there today. This is actually Stony Molan Road. You can see it's actually, I wouldn't say paved, but it's got some sort of form in it. It's an old road. Today it goes from Balloch to Helensburgh, but both of these places are fairly modern creations. Helensburgh, pretty much a 19th century suburb created for people from Glasgow who didn't need to be in work very early in the morning. In other words, the owners, the rich people, and it was far enough away from Glasgow that they could have a country life but could still get to their business interests quickly. So they would actually use for the train, and it gives you the idea of how important Helensburgh is. It's actually got 2 train stations for such a small town, but initially they would have got the steam ferry from Helensburgh jetty, which would get you into the centre of Glasgow in half an hour. So we're not actually going to Helensburgh today. We're going to turn off to the right over the moors on an even more ancient road, which should take us past some Iron Age hill forts, which had the great advantage of overlooking both the Clyde and Loch Lomond. Probably Clyde more so, because meant to get early warning of visits from Vikings who've actually laid siege to Dumbarton Castle in the kingdom of Dalriada. It's not cold. It's an overcast day, no breaks in the clouds. Should be coming on the marker stone soon, which kind of marks our turning point, but also marks the summit of this hill. I think the marker stone is just at the start of the forest here from memory. Right, almost at the summit of this bit. I think there should be a standing stone here. Oh, it's not standing anymore. Stony Molan Road. This is where we turn. Normally we would carry on. That's the Three Lochs way. Yeah, we're going to go up there. I said there's a path here somewhere about.
Well, there used to be.
Yeah. So are we? Have you got sandwiches?
I've got banana.
This is starting to turn into a kind of culinary thing, isn't it? Yeah. Right, okay. Well, I must admit, when I went to get my coffee in Greg's, I was taken by a chickeny, salady, rolly thing. So I got that. But only because I thought you two would bring some to eat and I was...
No, I haven't brought anything other than a bit of fruit.
Right, okay. Right, so, Johnny, where are we? Just climbed up Stony Moaning. Stony?
Easy for you to say.
Easy for me to say.
Stony Lomond Road.
And over on the left hand side, we've got Tullyhewen Moor. And on the right hand side, we've got Stony Moaling, and we are going to go along. I was going to say this faint path, but there's not actually any faint path. But straight ahead, we're going to follow the fence line until we pick up something.
Views onto Loch Lomond, though, John.
And great views onto Loch Lomond. So, Davey, you've been here before?
I have, yes.
Right. So I actually thought there was a stone pillar here, but there's just this kind of stone here. So maybe I'm mistaken, obviously. Oh, what do you know, there's a wee bit of a path. But just to give you some idea, we're actually going to cross Tullyhewen Moor. Bit bog-eyed. So we can go along the fence where the pluses are some wood, where the minuses, yeah, there's some barbed wire. So you can see the planks we're having to use. Planks is fence posts. Don't think there's any way you're no getting your feet wet here, unfortunately. Right, looking back, get a wee bit more of the majesty of Loch Lomond. Kind of start to get some of the islands appearing there. But we head over the moor. Is it? Right, be. Marine boy.
Just that these on the water, so.
And once more as we climb, Loch Lomond reveals itself. Another review of Loch Lomond. And over towards the Trossachs. Wow, not much fun. Only seemed good in the thinking back, I think. Probably a walk which is better done during the summertime when the ground's a bit more solid. A plantation of pine trees there, which does nothing for the environment, I believe. It's kind of dead ecologically. Nothing grows in its shade. Precious little wildlife in it. But we'll see the Clyde estuary in a minute, or 5 minutes. Probably a last look at Loch Lomond, far below us. Right, so we're moving towards the trig point, which you can just see on the horizon, hopefully. On the hill at Bromley Muir. Doesn't seem to have a name, but hopefully at that point we can see the Firth of Clyde, which should appear on the right. Loch Lomond is on the left. Just the last view of Loch Lomond, probably. Just back there. As I pan to the east, you can actually see the industrial spread of Alexandria and Renton, Leven. Oh, the river Leven. So hopefully these two will stop up there and get a drink. We only walk on dry days when we can be sure it's dry, because whilst we like walking, at their age, walking in rain and wind is not very pleasant, but also can put us under the weather for a day or a week at a time. So we tend to research our days to make sure it's going to be dry, which is fine. But if it's been raining in the meantime, which it tends to do in Scotland, then yeah, at this time of year, and for the rest of the year, probably until the spring, it's hard to avoid claggy bogs like that. Anyway, lads have reached trig point and have stopped. Good. Davey, you had the proper footwear on.
Stole my line, John.
It's hard to say, yeah. We just did some comedy gold there and I didn't have the thing on, so yeah. But Davey's feeling very superior about the fact he's got the proper boots on.
And I don't.
And John's running about in a pair of sannies over there.
No, they've got fantastic grip here, John, but they're not completely waterproof.
Carman Hill Fort. And we continued down there until we get to Carman Reservoir, and then we turned back down towards Alexandria. So you
it
boys...
doesn't look much, but this is one for Alec. It's the fort that counts.
Oh dear.
I can just see Alec going, that's a yellow card.
Yeah.
You're running into Desi's level when it comes to jokes.
Right, approaching the Hill Fort now. So over there I can see the Clyde. I've lost contact with Loch Lomond, but obviously the Clyde's starting to reveal itself, or is revealing more of itself, but it's no, because it's quite misty. Hopefully you can get at least make it out. You seem to be skirting around the hill here. Down there, as I say, the Firth of Clyde, and somewhere down there, probably just below us, where I'm pointing to, is where Robert the Bruce had his palace at a place called Cardross. I think he died there, which you think would stimulate more of an interest, or even a plaque or something, considering what a big hero he is to certain sections of the Scottish public. But I don't really think there's much of anything. Just over there I can see the Clyde. I've lost contact with Loch Lomond, but obviously the Clyde's starting to reveal itself, or is revealing more of itself, but it's no, because it's quite misty. Sorry, I thought we were going the wrong way, because we actually want to go that way. and I thought this path was taking us down that way, which it is,
But
but no, it's right. That's actually Carman Hill Fort. This thing behind us, which I thought was Carman Hill Fort, is not. So if you actually looked at it, you can actually see it does look Carman Hill Forty. So we'll go round. I think it will.
it looks like a path around the
Yeah.
way there. You can see it. There's a trail.
I'll just take a wee view of you, wee man.
This for scale.
For scale. You're a long way from anywhere up here, wee guy. Bit more of a solid path, but going downhill is always a wee bit more tricky than going up, especially on a slippy day like today. Right, back again. That is the hill fort. We aren't going to, well, we could climb that, but to be honest it's a bit of a miserable day, so we are just going to head on, and we're heading down towards between Renton and Alexandria. Just check the map, make sure that we're still on an even queue, which we are. Should come to a main road, then we turn left. And back onto a road, which I'll have to be careful with. Heading back towards Loch Lomond. We are on a lonely road and we are travelling. Right, consult my map, see where we are. Halfway. We are halfway down this road. Just at the tree line here, we will turn off to the right. I've just checked, and to be honest, they don't actually say it is a loch. It's actually just a reservoir. It's a Victorian job. So just so you know, where the editor knows where we are. We're at public footpath to Renton. Renton he was. And it's actually Carman Reservoir. So lead on, Macduff's. So doesn't it look as if anybody's used that for a while? So we're back onto the annoying road. Scooby Dooby Doo. That was a good shot. Right, carry on. Okay. Waterland. Trees and water. Always very melancholic. This is just the road round Carman Reservoir. Not straight on.
No, the path we should be on. Because this is obviously part of the fishery.
Johnny and Davey have pointed out we should actually be on the more rough and ready path, the other side of this jaggy fence. Hey ho hey!
Swing your legs over that.
Swing your daddy. Over there you see the industrial sprawl, the post-industrial sprawl of Leven Valley, which we're heading towards. Some historic sites. A sty, or style.
No, I bet this is Leven, he's named after him. He's the boss, he owns the place.
Right?
He is the top man.
Right, we're on slightly more solid ground, which no doubt is the prelude to me flying sky high on my jacksie, but there you go. And what we're looking for is a bridge over the motorway. This looks like an old tarmac road here, but it's crawled away to nothing. It looks as if it's not been maintained for a long time, which makes me think, sneakily suspicious, that this was a road which existed pre-motorway, which took you down to Alexandria. So, across the bridge, heading down towards the town, which is Renton / Alexandria. This one's a railway bridge. It's the bridge over the railway line. The railway line that got coming here. But here we are. We're just coming up to Leven FC's ground. Whoa! Whoa!
Actually, no unauthorised use. Oh, use. Oh, no use it.
So, Leven FC, who actually these days, as I just said, I think are in the 7th or 8th level of the Scottish football pyramid. And Davey, you never played here, did you? This is Leven FC. They're actually in the 9th tier of Scottish football. But in the early days of the game, they were actually a works team for a big local guy. John, who's a local guy?
I don't have that
Right.
information.
But they would actually give promising players a cushy job, so they could train and actually play for Leven on a Saturday. There was them. No, that's alright, mate. We're just. Do you know anything about the history of Leven?
I know a bit, but I can show you some pictures if you want to see some pictures.
Could I see the pictures, aye?
Oh, cool. I mean, could they actually? Yeah. You don't mind if I film you as well, do you?
Don't follow me.
It's a beautiful looking park, actually. So, chap's going to actually show us some stuff about Leven.
You need excuses to go walking and tidying up. You've got the pictures there. I'm going to ask you something to do. You know a guy called Joe Carson? Aye! I'm looking for Joe's play. Right, I'll show you another bit of it, Joe. Joe played for me. Oh, then he's a manager. Did I see Joe? He's got Parkinson's. Oh. Don't get me wrong, he's in the very early stages because he's still playing the walking fitter.
There you go. Scottish Cup winners, 87, 77, 1878, 1879.
Joe's got a brother. Oh, he's
Funny guys, really funny.
I remember when he played with me at the Balloch, and he said to me one day, he's going to the fight, he said, I'm no fit for the war. I said, Joe, he's a favour, it's a bad line, can you go up the stairs? And he ran up the stairs.
That looks like Hamden.
He ran up the stairs, he seemed fit to move.
You used to be the manager as well.
I was a manager for 13 years, and the guy that followed me is out laying slabs in now. He was the manager for 20 years.
Wow.
And now it's my son that's the manager. But turns in some of these photos, I can't even remember.
See that Robert McKean? Is that Bobby McKean who used to play with Rangers?
No.
It's no, right?
The guy that's out in the tractor would be able to tell you every single player that's in these pictures. I'll show you a wee poster we've got at Carman. That's the 1953, that's when we won the Scottish. And that's up the Vale.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's the Scottish Junior Cup, yeah?
Aye. The only time they ever won it, 1956.
That's a fantastic picture, that, isn't it?
So, there's the ball. That's the actual ball.
Where's that?
That's it there.
Oh, and I got a picture of that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, winning feeding the ball.
Oh, did they? Aye.
You know, so
Oh, wow.
don't get who because I get on the very balls, got them out the park.
God, there's a Leven versus Celtic.
Leven versus Celtic, yeah.
Challenge match. 1883.
God, that's brilliant.
That's the whole thing is.
150th year of football.
No, something's great about people like yourself. And you're in here and you're looking at this.
That's how when I seen you taking the pictures, I thought, you know, they'll want to see that because everybody wants to see that.
That's a fantastic picture, isn't it?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
tremendous.
What colour? Is it blue and white you playing?
And that's all the stuff that came to the Scottish Cup run. That's everything to do with it there.
Oh, brilliant.
So you the gaffer here?
I was at one time, but no, I just came in and think about it.
Did Jim play? Jim when he played here, wasn't he?
No.
But I actually love it. You know, as I say, my son is the manager now, but Angus I've known for 40 odd years. You know, he's the main.
Was there any other players here that went senior?
Aye, there's a lot of them in there. Colin McKinley.
He played with Airdrie.
Aye, Drew Busby.
It's got Drew Busby as well.
And it was played up in the park. It was for charity. I can't remember what charity, but we were in the team that played together. And then on the Wednesday, Dumbarton were playing Hearts in the League Cup. And we went away through to Tynecastle. I'm playing with Dumbarton, he's playing with Hearts. And it was 2 each. I scored the equaliser. And I was only a young boy, I was only in the 16th time. And then the next thing was the ball in the 18-yard box. He does. And all I heard was rocket square. Past the square.
So were you Dumbarton then?
Aye.
Who's your gaffer?
Alec Wright and Davy Wilson.
There you go.
God, that's a really good team then, didn't it? Because the
Aye.
McAdams were there.
I played with the two McAdams.
John Balloch.
Murdo, Graham Sinclair, Drew Harvey. They were unbelievable.
Did you know Murdo's brother Ali?
Aye.
I played with Ali.
Aye, Ali was the taxi driver.
Right, this is all looking very bucolic, but up until very recently, this was very, very industrial. Factories and warehouses and all sorts lining the river on both sides. This wall, I think, is a remnant of. You can see the river there, it's kind of fairly fast moving. What do you reckon? It looks quite clean, doesn't it? Can I see? Still wouldn't like to go for a swim in it. Up there's some fishermen. So can't be that dirty in Leven. Whiskey barrels. Right, just coming to the end now. I think we're in the last stretch. From Jamestown, I think, into Balloch. I think that's where Ben Lomond ahead there. Yeah, this is the marine hole. What's that, John? Good soup, John. Davey, good soup? We've all got the same. We've all got the mushroom soup and the goat's cheese panini. Excellent.